Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to everyone around the world. Welcome back to another One Piece video featuring your girl, UTA. Get ready for a spicy deck profile, considering that this leader is taking green by storm and becoming the most dominant green leader that we've seen in a long time in the metagame right now, at least into OPO6, and then we'll see how she feels. But for right now, she's actually doing really well into pretty much every matchup in our format. Sakazuki, Enel, Katakuri. Usually you can stomp out Katakuri and Enel. Like, I kid you not, this is a very strong leader into yellow. But at the end of the day, let me go ahead and dive into my deck profile and what we got going on here. We are playing with Eustace Kid over the 10 cost Dofi, and we'll get into why that is. Also, I'll show you the reason being for OPO6, why we stay with Kid instead of playing with Dofi there as well, because I think a lot of people are not experimenting with Kid as much as they should, and you guys need to get to accustomed to this card. Even though it's not film, this is going to be staple in OPO6 with this leader. But either way, we run off with 8 2K counters, be it Izo, in film Chopper. Now, we are going to get some new cards here, be it Bluno and Sanji in OPO6 and EBO1, which is going to be crazy. But at the end of the day, we're not there yet. Okay, guys, so we have to make do with what we can, and this is why we're playing with Izos for now. Bluno is also, that 1K counter, and Sanji's being that 2K. We don't have access to these, so for the time being, we're going to be running with Izo, even though it's not a film, but Izo does make this deck have a good time due to the fact that he can rest a lot of units. And resting units is huge right now in this metagame, especially when it comes to leaders such as Sakazuki. And we all know Sakazuki has access to some of the best blockers in the game, be that as it may, Sabo, and then the 4-cost Borsalino, which is going to be a problem not only for Uta, but for every other deck in the format. And this just allows us to rest those units and go for game, go for attacks for 6Ks, considering 6K is a sweet spot when it comes to, Sakazuki. Now, other than that, we have your typical 4 Luffys here, your 4 Zoro, your 4 Uta, and then we're running with 3 Usops. I've seen some lists do 3 to 4. I think 3 is a sweet spot. I generally don't get a lot of value with this card here, but when you're going first, it's just a good card to have on board as a body. That's just something to keep in mind. And then we're running with 2 Law. Law particularly, I don't care too much for. He's just a placeholder into OPO6. If you choose to, you can, but you don't need it. We have the other film card, which is Bart, in which if you want to spend the money, go for it. To replace the Law, he's just not needed, realistically. So for the time being, we just run with 2 of these guys. He does allow you to cheat out a Nami in the later turns, if need be. But that's pretty much his only use, to be fair with you. I guess you can cheat out Uta as well, but that's about it. Now, on top of that, we run with 3 backlights. Some lists will run 4, some will run 2. I think, just like the Usopp, 3 is a sweet spot here when it comes to this card, because it allows you to rest, the blockers that you need to get rid of. The Borsalinos, the Sabos, anything that allows you not to be able to, to hit, essentially. 4 New Genesis, which is a staple. You guys must have this, in which you get this from the structure deck from ST11. This is a much needed card. It allows you to search and restand your Dawn. So in other words, you search 3 cards for free, for no cost, which is really, really good. You choose one of those film cards and add it to your hand. I'm taking 3 I'm Invincibles. I think 3, no less, but you could also opt in to run 4 if you need to. But I think 3 is that sweet spot. And if you notice, we're at 47 out of 51. So bear with me. I'm going to show you my final edition for this list that we currently have access to, which is Diable Jambe. I know it's crazy, but hear me out. This card allows you to do so much in this metagame that I've seen not a lot of people work around and or experiment with, due to the fact that we run into a lot of decks, such as Yellow, right? Which be it Katakuri and Nell, mainly the 2. And they have a lot of bodies on the 4 drops, such as your Crackers, your Sanjis, and then the big ones, such as Ohm and Holy. And here's the thing. This right here deals with all of those problems in which you don't have to worry about. Because remember, this goes up to 6K. So swinging over this, you have to be at 8 to successfully, potentially take it down. Instead, spend 2 Dawn, pop it, move on with the day. And then on a trigger effect, it allows you to play Zoro and Usopp from your hand for free, which is really good, but in hindsight, you're using this to get rid of cards you don't want to deal with. And most of the time, it's going to be an Ohm and or a Holy. And it does have other uses in this format, such as Zoro is still around, and which does a lot of work right now. Same thing with Bello Betty. This card allows you to deal with those cards, such as Karasu from Bello Betty. Every card that Zoro plays, you can pop it besides the Luffy and the Marco, which is really, really good. So it allows you to get a little bit of board control going. And then for Sakazuki, of course, it allows us to get rid of cards such as, you know, the Kuzan and the Kobes in case they run those as well. You can get rid of the Hinas for free, considering that card generally comes in rested off of the Rebecca effect. Just pop it. You know what I mean? Go about your day. Now, in any case, we're going to talk about something that which you guys probably aren't paying attention to. And I think a lot of people are kind of skipping over this aspect. We have, like I said, we have the Kid, right? And then you have some UTA decks that run the 10 cost Dofi, which I can understand. Both are pretty good. But just know that in OPO6, when I do another deck profile, we will go over this again. But at that point, Kid is going to become the staple meta for this variation. And there's a lot of things that you have to consider. Luffy does what? You play down Luffy into a Brook. Brook will play either your Nami or your Uta, right? Cool, 3 bodies. Well, there's another card that we are getting, such as Mihawk. Mihawk with Kid does what? You drop down the Kid, you play the Mihawk. Mihawk then plays either Rono Zoro or Brook. These are both slash units that you can get for free off of this effect, which is absolutely insane. Because again, Luffy plays down 3 units, including himself. Then the Kid can also play down 3 units, including himself. Because you get 1 off of the Kid, and then you get 1 off of the Mihawk, which is pretty disgusting. But overall, let's dive into some games here and see what this deck can do.
Now, before we get into today's games, I do want to go ahead and say thank you to ACG Town for sponsoring this video. This is one of the places where I come to look at certain anime, and when it comes to like apparel and all that sort of thing, this is one of the websites. It's actually pretty solid. They have some decent prices, let alone there's sales all the time for all of your favorite animes out there. One Piece from Demon Slayer to Honkai Star Rail. Not an anime, but it's something that everyone out there is playing right now. Genshin Impact, Jujutsu Kaisen, there's a lot of stuff here from Bleach, Fairy Tail, all that sort of stuff. But either way, they do clothing, apparel, all sorts of apparel, from 3D printed hoodies, which are actually really, really good. And we're not talking about like those generic hoodies or t-shirts you find inside of the mall that has just, you know, a random anime picture on it. For those of you guys out there that work out and stuff and are interested in shorts, I picked up a pair of these recently, and they have that double layer aspect to them. I know it's something simple, but these are amazing. And when it comes to phone cases, they range from a wide of different animes and mobile games and stuff, such as Honkai Star Rail, Genshin Impact, all of that. But overall, give this place a shot. Let me know what you think about it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Diving into a couple games today. I don't know, actually, how many we are going to play. Considering we are playing Uta, I do expect these matches to be rather fast, depending on what leader we play against. Sakazuki, if we get to it, might take a little bit longer, but we'll see how it goes. But for now, I want to go ahead and point out we actually got a new setup here on the channel when it comes to recording, brand new mic and all that sort of thing, so hopefully everything sounds a little bit more crisp. The mic that we were using before was a Yeti, which is a studio mic as well, for those of you that were interested. But other than that, voice is coming back, feeling great, ready to, have a good time. So do expect regular content to come back here on the channel, more so than usual. Today we're working on Uta, and then I do have Queen coming up here tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but the following day, which will be from our locals this weekend. And I'm trying something a little bit different, so we'll see how it goes. But overall, let's dive back into this matchup here. I did decide to go ahead and hit I'm Invincible, just because I wanted to double tap and see if I can take a life and or force him to give me some free cards, which is fine. We could have played down the Nami, but I wasn't really pressed on it in case he was going to just ramp up and poly me the following turn, so we'll see how it goes. Not sure why he decided to drop Law there, but, it is what it is. We have an option to Izo the Law and then Jambe it just to get it out of the way. That's something that we could do. Or we can just be aggressive here and go face. Force him to either give me the law or give me a life here. Let's just go 7. We'll take a chopper. One of the best things about playing into Purple Luffy is the fact that you know they have a lot of 2Ks. So it's either or, really. And in that scenario there, he decided to give me 2 cards. Which realistically, if he gave me 2 2Ks, it would have been the same exact thing. So I'm not sure why he decided to go that route, but it's alright. It's all good. Speaking of which, chip at his hand as quickly as we can here. 3 life left, 4 cards in hand, another law. He does actually get me this time. So we lose an Izo and a Diable, which isn't a big deal. But I would have liked to keep it, you know what I mean? Double Zoro there, which is not the best. Let's go 5 to face. I do plan on playing Luffy this turn, so that's why we had to do it like that. Let's get this down, get a Nami down as well. So now we're worried about the... Okay, never mind. I was going to say Kaido, but Paulie works as well. We're just going to take this hit. Another Zoro, man. That sucks. We'll make use out of him eventually. It's okay. Let's go 7 to face again. We'll draw the backlight. Backlight should allow me to kill the Paulie. Nice. Because we could just rest it and just go into Paulie with the Brook. And save the Luffy, you know, just for Luffy things, the block, you know. 3 cards in hand. I kind of just want to go all in here. We could have potentially played down a Zoro, but this is a body off board we can just deal with. Here goes a Queen. He's looking for it. I think at this point, it might be a little too late, but we'll see. Does he have another Queen here? Okay, next trick. Alright, so I lose a card in hand. I guess we'll just get rid of the Zoro here. Yeah, I don't know. That's not mathing up to me. I must have missed something. Alright, so we'll get rid of that. Let's go in 5 here. We'll block out. So we get an Usopp here. Now remember, we've already used 2 Invincibles in the early game to get rid of some of the 2K counters here. So we can't really go for that for game. I'm thinking about attacking here with Brook. If we go 9, maybe, potentially he'll block with Queen. One way or the other, if he doesn't block here and he takes the damage, we will just go in with Luffy. Because that way then he'll probably be forced to block out. I would think he'd block here. Nice. Okay. 4 left. We'll get down to Zoro and we'll pass here. Perhaps he was nervous about I'm invincible. That's probably why he blocked out with Queen, which was smart. Even though we don't have it. Of course. Second Paulie. I guess it's better than Magellan, right? To be honest. So we can go 8 at face. We'll block out, give it 2K. We're good to go. We'll block this as well. I think keeping the Brook there was probably the smart thing to do. We needed one more body on board. That way we can attack here. I'm going to get rid of the X-Drake. Or hopefully. We'll put Kid on bottom. Unfortunately. How do we do this here? Let's go 6. This way he can give me a 2K at least. Yep. I'm feeling a little spicy. This might be a misplay, and this could probably cost me game, but we'll see how it goes. Does he have it? Okay, cool. That's nice, actually. Let's play another Zoro and pass it up. That's actually really, really huge. Because that means either the last card in his hand there was either a no counter power, or it's potentially a Kaido or Luffy. So we get a new Genesis. We have to guard this hit, just in case it's a Kaido. No, it's got to be a Luffy, right? Otherwise, he would attach the Dawn to the Poly and then attacked me. Yeah. Okay, this makes sense. I think we're still fine, though. So he goes 7. We take the hit. We get another Luffy off that. Then with a block here, we should be fine here. And then now we just win the game. Let's pop off the new Genesis first. I'll take the Nami. I know it's crazy, but I don't expect to survive the following turn because we're going to go all out here. So I think we're going to do the Nami in hopes that we can potentially find I'm an invincible. Which I think it's very unlikely, but you never know. Alright, yep. So we'll take an Uta. And then 6, 2 cards in hand, 2 life left. Let's go 7 to face. We'll draw that. I think we're swinging here with Luffy. Let's chip away at his hand. Let's go 7 with Zoro. Does he have it? Nice. And then 10k. We got there, boys. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, everybody's favorite leader and color, yellow, Katakuri. Why not? Oh boy. It's just one of those matches, man, where you just know it's gonna happen at some point. You're gonna get beiged. You know what I mean? You just don't know when. I've had that burn me a couple times. Not only with Uta. Everybody has, let's be fair. But it feels really, really bad when it happens with Uta. Because you get the cards in hand, you go for the face, and then bam, you lose. It's wild sometimes. But either way, this should be a tough matchup, at least for him. I think we should be okay here. I kind of come at this match like I would be playing a Red Zoro list. I try to be as aggro as I possibly can, just to get this man to pitch cards from hand for, you know, for counters and all that sort of thing in the early game. Because coming from playing so much Whitebeard, right? Generally speaking, before you drop down the new gate, you want to have a healthy state. You know, like 3 to 2 life at best. Sometimes 1 at the worst, right? And when it comes to Katakuri, it's kind of similar, especially when it comes to the Big Mom. At least that's how I try to look at it. So going wide early and keeping that pressure up is probably the best thing you can do in these matchups. Which here we're going to go 6. We draw the Nami, right? We'll play down the Law here. I don't expect to get a lot of value with the Law, but we have potentially a damage in, and we can get Nami back for free. Now he does get Cracker off trigger, which my hand's not the best, so if he decides to go all Dawn on Cracker here, we have to take the double hit. So I guess he couldn't have gotten any luckier to get that off the first trigger. I'd assume he'd go that and 1 Dawn on Katakuri. Okay, never mind. Alright. You got it, buddy. Ooh. Yeah, might as well. Let's go ahead and get down the Usopp here for free. And then we end up getting a Brook for the second one. He goes 5. I'll take this too. I want the Brook, guys. I'm sorry. Alright. I know that's super risky, considering the Big Moms and all that sort of thing, but we should be alright. We'll be fine. Let's go 5 into Cracker. And then we will go 5 into Cracker again if he decides to protect this, which he should, right? And if he does protect them both hits, we'll just pop them with Diable Jambe. This way, we're getting cards out of hand too, which I'm okay with. So we have to attach 2 Dawn to Law. And hopefully he does the same thing. Nice. Okay, so we'll pop this. And then we'll draw off the top of our deck with UTA effect. Backlight should be pretty helpful here. We'll pass turn. We're looking good, boys. We're looking good. Considering we have a whole book in hand. There goes a Sanji. 2 Dawn left, yep. 8K. Alright. I don't know if Law actually warranted an 8K attack, but you know what? That's fine. We'll take it. That seemed a little silly to me, I'm not going to lie. But, you know, each their own. We don't have the Luffy here, which does suck. So we are going to have to do something about it. We need to get rid of the Sanji as well. Because that's just another body that he can attack me with, which is a potential for him to do so next turn. Because he goes up to 8 Dawn. But also, I'm worried about the Katakuri. So if he decides to play Katakuri down to bounce the Sanji back on top of his life, you know what I mean? Let's go and get that new Genesis in. We finally get a Luffy off that, which is really good. We're going to play down an Izo. I know this is probably silly, but we're going to play down an Izo to rest the Sanji to go into a backlight to kill it. I'm just trying to play around the curve here in case he does get a Katakuri. We don't want to give him a new life and get another body on board. Yeah, might as well. Like, we're going to do this. Let's go ahead and pop it. We'll go 5 to face. If you take this, you lose the game. 100%. Nice. Cool. Thanks, buddy. Regardless of that Pawseplayz or not. Because he has 5 in hand, right? And this is the time in which he would play down a Linlin or a Katakuri. So he has to have probably one or the other in hand. And in this scenario, that basically gives him 3 or 4 cards left in hand that does have counter power. That's not enough for 9K swings with UTA, with I'm Invincible. Unless it's a Beige, right? Alright, so there's a Pudding. So he has 7 Dawn left. We got a Strusen. So it's a potential Big Mom here, or he just starts being aggressive and attacking me with Pawseplayz and Leader. If it is a Big Mom, we'll lose the life, right? Because giving him 1 will just let him win the game the following turn. Because he'll go up to 10 Dawn with Big Mom. Alright, we'll trash a life here. We'll lose a Chopper. It's not really a big deal. It's going to go 5. Oh, it Usopp. Yeah, we'll guard out. Get rid of Brook. We'll guard out again. He didn't attack with Pawseplayz. A little weird. Alright. I do find that strange, though. Why he didn't do that. Let's chip away at the hand. We'll go 5 to face. I need a 1K from you, at the very least. Like I said, I think he probably has maybe at least 1 or 2 cards in hand with no counter power. Quick math. Hold on a second. Yeah. Okay. This will work out. Go 5 to face here. Even if this doesn't hit, we still have enough to go for game. There's a 2K. And thanks for playing, buddy. I appreciate it. Please don't luck out. Nice. That's game, boys. We'll dive into another one here in hopes that we can probably... I'm going to look for some Sakazukis if we can actually find one. Because to be fair, I'm running into a lot of yellow in UTA today. So, with all the time that I spent trying to figure out this matchup here, the way that I found out that I actually want to approach it is I kind of come across this like I would play Newgate, where I take majority of the attacks that he comes at me, right? We just take the life. We take it. The same way I play this with UTA. UTA is a similar deck to Green Kid, where we can rest a lot of units and just go face. So, with that being said, that's all we're going to do. Rest all the units that he plays on board, be it the Borsalinos, the Sabos, and just keep going face. Until a point where we actually have to drop bodies on board, be it that the Luffy combos, right? And we'll play it from there. Because at the end of the day, every time I play down a body here, he's just going to get value by getting rid of it with Lucci and Hina and Rebecca. You know what I mean? The shenanigans. And we're not about that life here today. So we're just going to keep on putting in pressure, building up a book in hands, and seeing how he plays against this. He does get the Kuzan down, so Kuzan does have the potential to kill anything I decide to play on board the following turn. So, it might just be worth it just to go face. Yeah, might as well. In case I get a new Genesis here. Nope. 9k. Sure. 2 life already. Turn 3. Crazy. He does have 10 cards in hand, though. There goes the Borsalino. So that leads me to believe he potentially has one in hand already, and or a Sabo. Nice. He gets to attack me with Kuzan here. I could guard out, which is probably the smart thing to do, considering he can go 7k with Sakazuki. I'll just go 6. Alright, we'll take it. So we'll Diable the Kuzan. We draw an I'm Invincible. This is pretty good. Let's rest this. I can actually potentially just kill him, right? Yeah, we could potentially just kill him. Just go 7 to face. Nice. Let me get at least 2k counters from you. Uh-huh. Love to see it. So that's 3 Borsalinos we've seen already. We get a Diable or Backlight. Backlight's probably more valuable here. Let's go ahead and pop this. We'll pass turn. We're looking good right now. Because now at the end of the day, he could smack me. -1 to Ezo. Go ahead and Houndblaze it to boost up the Borsalino if he chooses to. And I'm okay with this, because that's a Houndblaze out of the way that he's not actually hitting important targets. This is why I play this matchup the way I do. That way he's not going to constantly get value by popping my units with Rob Lucci here. Instead, he has to play a little bit more defensive, because this is a very aggressive deck. And eventually, most Sakazukis by this point, they will realize that, hey man, he's not playing cards down. We can pitch the Lucci from hand to cycle up for our leader effect. And that's what you want to see, boys. So at that point, you can just start dropping Luffy's to be fine. So I think he's already pitched the, we call it the Ice Age earlier, and recycled it back in the deck. So that's one we don't have to deal with, at least. We'll take this. No problem. So there's a Sabo. Now the downside to this here is Borsalino can't be killed anyway due to his effects, right? Due to effects. But now we can't kill the Sabo either, which is a real pain in the butt. Alright, so we get an Uta. He gets rid of a Houndblaze and a Monshiri, which might be really, really good for us. We have 9 Dawn here to play with. So I think here we just go 7, and then potentially just play down Luffy. He's just going to guard out and give me a 2k. But that's 1 card less in hand anyhow, and these blockers are probably unlikely of attacking into me next turn. Now, the other thing that we can do here is we could backlight and then attack into one of them to see what he wants to do. Actually, no, we can't do that, considering the fact that we only have, what, 9 Dawn? We need one more Dawn to make that play. Yeah, we need one more Dawn to make that play. So we'll just go 6 here. Or 7, sorry. Because Izo's not getting anything off on his turn, so let's go 7. Draw another Luffy. And the cool thing about that being a Luffy draw is now he knows that we have one, so we can play this one safely without him knowing that we have a second one already. So he did block out with a 2K. Do I be aggressive though? Because technically we can clear it. It doesn't hurt me to try it. I don't feel like I'm in danger due to the fact how many cards we have in hand here. Yeah, let's go. Let's do this. Let's go 11. We'll kill the Sabo. If we lose the game, clearly this was the play that did it. But I think we'll be fine. That's one Sabo out of the way. We've seen 2 Borsalinos go to trash and get recycled to the bottom of the deck. 1 Borsalino in play, potentially having 1 more in the deck. So, we'll see how it goes. 7 cards in hand. He's got to do damage this turn. Whether it's through the leader and through Borsalino here, but he has to do damage. And regardless of how it works, if he attacks with leader first, we have to guard out in case he decides to put everything else on Borsalino and go for face. Alright, so he goes 6. He's got 9 Dawn left to work with here. We'll have to counter out with the 2K. We don't have a chopper here, so we have to get rid of the Izo, unfortunately. Rebecca. Alright, so Rebecca into the Sabo, which does suck, because now we'll have 3 blockers on board. He had a Hina in hand as well. And Sabo protects everybody. And this is the thing when it comes to this card. It's just so darn strong, just due to the fact that she can make plays like this. Like, that's 12 Dawn worth of characters he just played on board for free. That's just, it's crazy. But we can do it. Discarded a Rob Lucci off the leader effect, which is really good for us as well. So he does know we have a Luffy. So I'm not sure why he decided to play the Hina here and throw away a Rob Lucci, which seems silly to me. This might be a crazy play too, but we're going to try it. We've got 10 Dawn. So potentially what we can do is backlight. We can backlight the Rebecca, right? Attack into it with Izo. And then at that point we can attack into it with our leader as well. Let's go 3 here. He should block out. Regardless, this should give me a card out of his hand. We'll draw the chopper. He blocks here. Come on, buddy. Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. 4 cards left in hand, by the way. There goes 5. We're doing pretty good here. Now he has to contend with my Luffy. He's searching. Gets Tashigi there, which is fine. This is fine. Another Sabo in trash. Sabo. Okay. If we can establish 2 Luffys on board, we can win the game. 100%. Because we would only have to draw 1 invincible at that point and just go face. $5K here. I think we just let this go. I can block with Luffy, but then it's a potential for him to just stack Dawn on Sabo or Hina and go for it. So no question, Uta should be dead here, right? She did the minus Dawn thing. I assume it's possible that he has a Hound Blaze. We've only seen one of those so far, and that went to trash from a discard. Okay, there's a second one. Cool. Hina goes up to 8k. Which I think we have to block here. Four cards in hand. He's got 6 Dawn active. Does he have an Ice Age and another Hound Blaze in hand? Because that would suck. Oh, it goes 10k. Alright, we'll take this hit. Never mind. There's no reason for me to block out here at all. We draw a Kid. Which could potentially swing this match back in my favor. This is a big board we have to contend with, one way or the other. That's the final Borsalino. I may do something a little silly here. Because I'm feeling confident with the hand that we have. So we can Diable the Hina, right? We can get rid of that. That's one attacker we don't have to contend with. But what I'm thinking here is we attack into the Hina. Right? If we attack into this, he blocks out, gives me a 2k. Oh, okay, cool. Never mind. I'd love to see it. That works out. Let's go 6 into Hina as well. We'll draw a card. Unfortunately, it was a Nami. Gives me a 2k. We knew we had the Tashigi. I can't do what I want to do here and attach Dawn to Brook. Because we have an opportunity of playing down Kid with an Uta follow suit. So we'll just go 5. He should block regardless, right? Okay. We either do Kid here or Luffy. Either way, we get 2 blockers on board, right? He's got 2 cards in hand. So unless he top decks an Ice Age, we should be good. So there goes that. Where's Luffy at? I know I saw them. There he is. Alright, get Luffy down with the Brook into the Uta. We'll pass turn. We've got 2 blockers up. We cannot restand the Luffy, unfortunately, because we don't have any events in hand to discard for the Uta effect, which would be nice, but not much we can do. Potentially, we could have kept the Diable, but I think if we would have done that, it might have been an issue. It was probably better to just get rid of the Hina there. 3 cards in hand. So he'll cycle 1. Just hopefully he does not draw into another Ice Age. And already have like a Rob Lucci in hand or a another Hound Blaze, you know? Alright, so we go 6 in the Brook. I think we should block out here, to be fair. We have the counter power in hand. Let's go and get rid of a Chopper. Uta does get the -1 cost, which isn't that big of a deal. Unless he does have a Hound Blaze. Which will leave us with 1 blocker up. So if he Hound Blazes the Uta, he boosts the Sabo probably. We have to block out with Luffy. And then we have to contend with 2 boosted up Borsalinos. But if he doesn't have the Hound Blaze, we win the game. 100%. Never mind. Oh boy, I don't think we have enough counter in hand to deal with this. So that's 9k. We'll block out here. Bottom decks that. Interesting. I mean, I can't really fault him for not attacking. I just don't know if I would have not attacked there. I think I might have just been a little bit aggressive and just went for it. Because he had enough Dawn to do a lot of damage there. Or perhaps playing it safe might have been smart. But I don't know. I guess I'd have to see what's in his hand there. We go 6 here. We get that for free. We could potentially do another Luffy into a Brook and Uta combo, which I think is probably the smart play. Let's play down a Brook and another Uta. Got 2 Dawn active here. I could rest the Borsalino. We go 5 to face. He'll get a free card off of that, which is probably not the best play. I think passing here is probably the better choice of action that we have. That way he doesn't just get free cards off the, off his life. It's just cycle through his leader effects here. Because going over with 7 with Luffy, no, we're good. We're just end turn. So he goes 2 cards left. Borsalino goes bye-bye. Can he get it though? Sweet. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get another game in. Coming at you guys with Green Uta playing into a Nell, in which this match does favor us at the end of the day. But I guess it all depends on what we draw. We decided to go with a greedy hand here, which should work in our favor. I decided to keep it due to the fact we got an Izo and a Diable. So we'll see how it goes here. Get a Zoro off the rip, which is really, really good. 4 Dawn up. There should be an Ohm turn. Let's be fair. He has it every single Nell match here. Yep. But it's okay, though, because we have the Diable to get rid of him. Let's do 6 to face. Draw an Uta. Play down a Nami. Get the effect off here as well. We'll take the Luffy here. I mean, in hindsight, I really wanted the I'm Invincible, but I think we really need the Luffy here on curve. Go 6, we'll guard out. 5, We'll guard, no, we'll take this hit. We'll take this hit, just because I do want to keep the Brook in hand. We get another Zoro. Shirahoshi. Okay. Nell is kind of dead in this matchup, considering our Luffy's, so that makes sense. And an Amaru. He did not swing with Ohm. Well, this kind of changes things, because I wanted to pop down the Diable to get rid of the Ohm. So in this situation, I guess we just play down Brook into the Uta. I'd love to get down one of these Zoros in the following turn if we're going to be able to, but it all depends on what he decides to do here when it comes to the Ohm. Because Zoro is going to be constantly swinging for 7Ks, which would be pretty nice with 1 Dawn, so. And we held back Nami because we didn't have any Dawn up, and I didn't want him to clap back with Ohm just to get rid of it. So we've got 2 Izos in hand, which is really, really good here. He did have a Gadetsu, so that does suck. That might have been my fault. I probably should have just let the last attack go through instead of guarding out. Can you attack now, please? Like, why are you being so passive? Oh my goodness. Alright. I mean, I guess we could backlight it, but there's no point in doing that. Seems a little silly. We could Izo, though. Let's just be a little aggressive here. Let's go 8K. So force him to give me the roulette here. Thank you. 6 Dawn left. We'll go 7 here with Nami. We'll activate the effect as well. Take the new Genesis. Now we could potentially go 8 here with Brook. But let's see what he wants to do. If he takes the life... Okay, never mind. That would be nice, wouldn't it? We'll take this, though. Do we just put down another Nami here, just in case? Like, I'm in no danger of, you know, dying this turn, so... Considering the fact we have 6k counter in hand, and I think he'll probably want to go for the Nami that's rested here. Unless he has another Gadetsu to pop out my other Nami. Okay, so he rested her instead with Amaru. That sucks. So that's the second one of those we've seen. $7k. Into Nami, alright. Do we guard out, though? Like, is that going to be the play? Should that be the play? If I guard with Luffy, we give him a 1k counter, which isn't bad. About time he swings with Ohm. But I think it's a little too late for him, to be honest. He decided to, like, hold back so many swings. We'll let this one go. Because there's no way I give him my hand here. I can't anyway. Comes in an L. I will guard out. I know this is probably going to be like kind of bad, but we need to guard out here. Having this extra body on board that can swing for damage is going to be huge the following turn. Especially considering we have an Invincible. Yeah, we have to. I think we should go for game right now. He's got 6 cards in hand, 1 life left, on top of the leader ability. Let's go 9k to face. Takes the hit. Yep. I figured if we did 9, he would have just taken that hit regardless. So, you know, most NLs kind of do this. Go 5, countered out. Just chipping away, man. Just chipping away. 8 Dawn left. I think we can use this leader effect safely. Ooh. Take the Brook. If he gives me a 2k, we'll go for game. Okay, never mind. A little risky. But he's got 4 cards left in hand, though. So options here would be pop down an Invincible, go for game, and or pop the Ohm to slow down his aggression in the following turn. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So he has 4 attacks the following turn. We have to do this here now. That's it. This isn't something we normally do, but he wanted to run it back. So, you know, why not? I feel like this is one of those cases where, oh, I didn't get lucky on triggers. Let's try again. This is just how I feel when it comes to yellow, but we'll see what happens here. We came out with a greedy hand, though, with 3 Izos, which is good, considering the fact that I won't have to see those off of my leader effect, so I'm cool with that. Gets a Brûlée off the first trigger, which, you know, who would have thought? 5k. Let's take the hit. There's the Ohm. And yeah, of course, there's the Holly. I think we're just going to be aggressive here. There's not really much else that I actually want to do. We could potentially rest the Ohm, but then he'll just block out with Brûlée. I do know we have 2 attacks here, but, you know. Let's go 6 here. We'll take the I'm Invincible. I probably should have saved the Dawn. Yep. My bad. It happens. What do you want me to do? I've had that happen a few times, actually. Like, when I just, like, get super greedy and I'm just going for it, and then I pop off with the new Genesis there. I'm like, well, man. I have enough counter, I think, to protect her. but he does have potentially 3 other full attackers into the Nami if he wanted to. Take the hit. Oh, now you want to be aggressive. Alright, crazy. Another holy. A-boys. Let's go 5 the face. Or 5 the dog, my bad. Get rid of that. Play down the Luffy here. As much as I wanted to backlight it, we gotta play Luffy on curve. This gives us 2 blockers with enough counter in hands. Bottom decks to Luffy with Katakuri. Block out with a Zoro. Yep. We'll take the hit. I want to save some of these Izos, man. We'll give him a chopper. Ooh, this could be huge right now. Pop off with the new Genesis. I think we take the chopper here. And then Kid is looking very, very hard to deal with now. Due to the fact that how much counter we have in hand here. Let's go 5 in the dog. Okay. Do it again. Thank you. We'll throw down Kid. Rest up. I'm not going to play down Law here. We're just going to save him just in case for a counter. And that's it. Pass turn. Restand the Brook. Now we're looking real good. Of course he would. Like, the odds of that is kind of crazy to me. But alright. 6k to face. He still has Katakuri to attack me with as well. We'll guard out here. Ohm potentially 7, yep. Gotta take it. Another Luffy. Not sure why he didn't attack with Katakuri there, but okay. Maybe he didn't want to give me the Luffy. Let's go 7 the face. And this should be game here. Actually, no. He has 6 cards in hand. I don't think successfully we can get off all these attacks. I think it's unlikely. Let's go 7. That's 3 I'm invincibles, actually. This might be worth it. Because we still have 7k counter in hand with 2 life left. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's go 7. We'll pop off one more time. Now what? Nice. Pass up the turn. We should be fine. I think we should leave the Brook down, but I don't think he's actually going to attack into it. I think he'll just attack into me regardless. But either way, just in case, we have another attacker ready to go. 7k counter in hand, 1 blocker up, 2 life left. I think we're fine here. Maru. Okay, he didn't give nothing a boost, but alright. Misplays happen. Rested the Uta. For what? Alright, he got it. 2 Katakuris left. We have to let those attacks go through. Potentially. 10k. No block. Yep, you got it. Okay, so he goes 9. We'll counter out. We have to. 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we have to counter out here. Don't we? Yeah, we have to. 9, 10. We're good. We take this hit. And then we have the 2k for the Shura, if he decides to attack with that as well. Okay, played it safe. Well played. And this should be game. One Brûlé, 1 card in hand, potentially a 2k. If we go 7 with Brook... We still need enough Dawn to be able to kill him on the crackbacks here. I think playing down the kid would be the wrong play. I think we have to go for game here. Let's go 6 to face. Takes the hit. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I'm a little salty after that, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's crazy. Because we've got, what, 6 Dawn active? So that's, yeah. Alright. Well, let's go back into the deck profile, guys. See you in a split second. Let's go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate everybody who decided to make it to the end of the video. And for those of you guys who decided to skip to the end, shame on you. But in any case, this has been my UTA deck profile for OPO5. This will change a little bit when it comes to OPO6, when we gain access to our Sanjis, our Blunos, and the brand new Mihawk, who's going to be disgusting in this list, and I can't wait for it. We went over it in the beginning of the video, and why this card is going to be absolutely broken here when it comes to Eustace Kid, so get ready for it. If you aren't accustomed to playing with this card now in this deck, get used to it, because once OPO6 comes and we get access to Mihawk, we get so many bodies on board. Essentially, this is another Luffy for the deck. That's not a film, so you can't really search it. But we know what Kid does. He's going to warrant a lot of removal. And if you're not ready for this card, after OPO6 comes out, I think this card will probably go up even higher in value if it doesn't already beforehand. But overall, we do have a brand new ban and restriction list that is coming in March 3rd. So do stay tuned for that. I will probably put my take on it, although it is opinionated. And everybody else out and their brother out there is doing the same thing. This is not a space in which I generally jump into, but with a ban and a restriction list, we're looking for nerfs and buffs and or stuff of that nature to Sakazuki, yellow decks. Hopefully Boatbeard comes back. But overall, UTA, it's our time to shine. Give this deck a shot. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on it down in the comments below. Let me know what you're running, because I do know my variant is a little bit different than most. But overall, I will catch you guys in the very next video. Remember, smash the like button, guys. It helps me out a ton. I'll see y'all later.